Hi everybody, my name is Noelle. Welcome back to my yoga channel. Today's quick tutorial, we are going to do Eka Pada Bakasana II. And that's basically one leg is like Basana, and then the other leg is like crow. So Bakasana. Gosh. Every time you're on the mat. Anyways, this is Elkie. This is my aunt's dog. And I'm here taking care of my aunt and or just hanging out with her. Anyways, all right, so let's get started. Definitely be warmed up before trying this. And I'm gonna show you where to stop if you feel crowded, and I'm going to show you where you can just continue. Sometimes people want to push through. You want to be able to push through, but you just want to make sure that the proper mechanics are taking place. Okay? All right, so let me just move her from the mat. Okay, thank you, honey. Okay, so we're going to start in down dog. We'll step our left leg forward and then come down to the back knee. The left arm is going to slide under. You want it to be under the majority of the arm underneath that arm or leg. Best place is to place your left palm in line with your right, shoulder distance, maybe a little wider if you have any kind of shoulder issues. And this is a place to work on, right here. Getting in line with your toes, working knee in line with ankle, and then taking those elbows and the knee and squeezing it towards your belly button. Even this back leg is squeezing and pushing down in the ground. From there, you're going to tuck those back toes, and here's step one. Step two, you can also come up here. Maybe that be a continuance of step one. Barbie your feet. If you feel like you've got a hunchback and it's really difficult, you may have too much spaghetti in your belly, or you may just have that stopping point. Know your body, know where it stops. And too much spaghetti is just like you don't want to eat before yoga, because then it just makes your diaphragm not breathe and you can end up injuring your muscles. Okay, so you're going to tuck your toes, you're going to squeeze your elbows in, and then you're going to take your back leg and hop it up. If you can hop and this leg stays on that shoulder, then that's great. Then you stay and you continue hopping, or just one giant hop with Bakasana, crow pose on the right. So you see how I'm barbing my feet? My hips are lifted. Those are key points. You want to keep hips lifted and barbie the feet. Take that right knee and wedge it into the armpit. So Bakasana is very important to have the knees inside the armpit. This alone, I'm planting my palms and I'm pushing my feet down and I'm lifting my hips up, squeezing my shoulders in. This alone is work. Just because you're not floating like other people, it doesn't make a difference. This is a lot of work. All right? So, try that, and then we'll start back at down dog. Both legs are going to be very different. All right? That was a lot of work. So maybe I'll just start back at down dog. Maybe you're like, well, let's do it. Let's go. All right. I'm going to step that right foot up. I'm going to take palms, fingertips, everything in line with each other and the toes. Squeeze that knee towards the shoulder. If it comes on the shoulder, great. If it comes on the elbow, not good. You want to keep it squeezing in, so you can always work that position. Step it up with the right foot, take the knee in, and then lift those toes in the back. Gaze forward, make sure elbows are squeezing. I like to play, sometimes this position becomes too much for me at the end of the day. It's when I do my yoga, so it becomes too much because I've had food throughout the day, I've worked, I'm tired, and there's times that I can feel my energy is very low. And I can push through and do it, but I just don't want to. So I'm gonna take crow, and this is where I take it. I lift that left foot. My elbows are squeezing in. And that's always key. Now, the Basana part is when you extend the left leg or whichever leg you're on. So let's try it again. Palms down, down dog. On your next inhale, you'll step forward. Come down to the back knee. Take that arm underneath whatever leg you're starting with. Usually in tutorials, if you want to learn something, you start with that same leg. Really pay attention to it. Know your left and right. It does get confusing when you're upside down. You'll be like, right leg, where's my right leg? All right, palms down, fingers in line. I'm gonna hop that foot up. Knees still over shoulder. And I'm gonna take that knee in. I'm gonna lift that toe, crow. Now that should not be work. If that is work, if it's too much work, that's where you stop. If it's easy to lift those toes, now don't think about it too much. You can practice and practice because it does become a puzzle. There's a lot of people that I run into that can do this. They're just trying to figure out how to lift those toes and keep that balance. And then sometimes it could be mental and just like a little scary, and that loses our way as well. So I'm gonna go back into crow. And I'm gonna take that left leg, lift it, and then I'm gonna lift it into Basana. Elbows squeezing in, my head always looking forward. Don't crank the neck in front. Keep moving shoulder blades back. And then sometimes you can play with getting out, but that's not really the practice right now. You can come to crow, like swing that left leg around and come to crow. But I am rusty on these, and I'm glad I'm sharing it with you. But I am rusty on this, these practices just because COVID, and it's hard to get to practice with people with my schedule. All right, we're gonna start the right leg. You're gonna take that right foot, step it forward, come down to the back left knee, and slide that arm underneath. Now, if that elbow is crammed and it won't turn in, that's your stopping point. Just work on being there and continue every day practicing every pose, shoulder blades down and back, everything squeezing towards your midline, which is your belly button. Palms down, fingers in line with toes. Barbie those feet. That's what's hard. If you don't Barbie the feet, the palms can't really feel the weight. Barbie the feet, hop the foot up. If you feel crowded, stop right there, squeeze everything in, pull the belly in. Take both feet and Barbie, look forward and start lifting that knee to Bakasana. Wedge the knee into the armpit. Maybe you take it and lift that foot. As you can tell, my hips just collapse sometimes. So there's a lot of work that I'm still working. A lot of undoing inside. You just start lifting that body. It doesn't feel too good to know that you've had this pose and it just kind of stops sometimes. Like, especially if you've done yoga for so long and then you come back to it and it feels so lovely to get back into it, but then when you know like how much work that you put in before, and then when you come back to it, all that work kind of almost disappeared. That could be frustrating. Okay, so we'll practice one more time. You're gonna take your palms down flat, down dog. Step that right foot forward on your next inhale, or stay right there in that down dog. And just feel it, listen. I'll guide you through it. But remember, be patient with yourself. Arm is underneath that shoulder. Squeeze those palms or those elbows towards each other and push those palms down. Hop up on the back foot. Step one, maybe lower your hips. Maybe this is a position. This Eka Pada Bakasana II is right here. If you want to take it further, you step forward. If that feels easy and you're not like, oh, you step and you breathe right there if it's too much. Take the left knee cap inside the armpit and lift. That shouldn't be too much work if you feel like you're okay. But squeezing with the legs is a lot. Keep squeezing towards the belly. Lift that right foot. And then begin lifting. So my elbows are squeezing in. Everything's squeezing towards my belly. You can always take it to crow. And then jump down to plank. All right. So, I hope that you enjoyed this. And that's all for the day. Maybe that's just your yoga practice. That's totally fine. Anyways, all right. Well, thank you again. My name is Noelle. I always forget to say subscribe, like in the beginning. I'm gonna work on that. And I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know everything I need to know. This feedback, positive feedback, please. And other than that, I will see you on your mat next time. Thank you.